The Slow Rush, the title of Tame Impala's fourth album. If you haven't listened yet, you can tell just by looking at the title, song names, and album artwork that The Slow Rush focuses primarily on one prevailing theme: time. Before we talk more about The Slow Rush, we need an idea of where Kevin Parker has been during his 34 years on this planet. He's lived in Australia, Paris, and LA. He's collaborated with Kanye West, Kali Uchis, and Travis Scott, just to name a few. He's lost his father, and even gotten married.
I guess like getting married really makes you feel like you're at this point, you know? Just makes you see the big picture. And it's kind of just one of those things, is like above all else, it just makes you think, it just makes you feel a particular way.
We reach points throughout our lives where we find ourselves reflecting on our past. Kevin Parker pulls back the curtain and gives us a glimpse of his regrets, present feelings of ennui, and fear of the future in this album. Most of the instrumentals are backed by snappy drums, dreamy and dramatic synths, groovy melodies, spacey keys, all of which might have you struggling to label his sound. Parker's music can't be categorized by a specific genre, but rather a feeling. I can listen to the album front to back, no problem. But today, I'll be talking about some of the songs and how they deal with the theme of time. One More Year reminds me of instances where we realize our lives have become monotonous, and instead of seeking excitement in the now, we push away the potential to change or grow to the wayside for one more year. An eerie robotic choir gives voice to your consciousness, deterring you from the uncomfortable reality of breaking your routine. Kevin tries to process and reassure himself that after this year, things will be different. Instant Destiny is a blissfully cinematic and celebratory track where Kevin addresses the permanence of marriage and how that promise can change everything. Beautiful horns sprinkled throughout the track lend the song a grandiose orchestra effect. You can feel Kevin's excitement in his vocals and delivery of the song. It feels very in the moment. Posthumous Forgiveness deals with the grief and acceptance of being unable to hear the deceased. In this case, hearing your deceased father say "I'm sorry." So you have no choice but to imagine what it might have sounded like. Much like the lyrical content, the instrumental builds from a sorrowful guitar melody, angry keys in the middle, to mellow and regretful synths. It's a beautiful song that has a beautiful arc lyrically and instrumentally. Lost in Yesterday speaks to how we find ourselves reliving the past too often, and how it can affect our lives in the present. We embellish memories more and more as time passes, but wonderful memories may be clouded by your own perception. Nostalgia is a drug that some people can't get enough of. But like any drug, abusing it can lead to your life passing you by while everyone else continues to move forward. In contrast, Is It True is about the fear of thinking of the future when you're in love. Regardless of fearing the past or future, Parker warns that it's important not to dwindle too long in either and to keep moving forward. On Track epitomizes the theme of the album. It paints the picture of the every man or woman struggling to keep dreams in sight, but regardless, finding the strength to keep going and stay on track. Bringing your dreams to fruition can make you lose sight of what's going on in the moment. You focus on how much time has passed and how much time you have left. But take it one step at a time. Life's a marathon, not a race. Time stops for no one, not even Kevin Parker. With COVID-19, Black Lives Matter, and more, it can feel like time is literally in a slow rush. Days blend together and it can be mentally and physically exhausting. You might want to give up, but you have to keep trying, because there's something better coming. You just have to stay on track. In time, the pandemic will end, police will be held accountable for their actions, and time's arrow will keep moving forward. I love this album mainly because lately I'm feeling stuck, and hearing Kevin speak about similar situations helps me cope and feel less alone knowing someone is going through similar feelings of ennui.
I guess if this album is an album that makes people dream about their life. I know that sounds really weird, dream about their life, but because that was always something that I loved when I was a kid. It was like music that just kind of, for whatever reason, just made my life make sense, whether it was in a positive or negative way. It just makes life seem more meaningful.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.